My 53M father has spread news that I, 23F, am engaged to my 23M boyfriend behind my back. What do I do? My boyfriend 23M and me 23F have been together for 4 years now. Since we met while studying abroad, we still are, and we are both from different countries. We've been basically staying together from the beginning, as that's what lots of student couples, especially foreign, do. Initially, when I brought my boyfriend home, my father was a bit critical of him, but has now accepted him and even spends time with him. My father has some traditional beliefs on relationships, and has told me, his words, that women should only bring 1 or 2 men to the house before settling down. Men can bring 3 or 4 women home. That he needs to know whether I'm planning on staying with my partner or I'm planning on bringing another man home. And that, if my long-term boyfriend breaks up with me after so many years, it will ruin my reputation. Someone explained this to me, as I can't see what breaking up has to do with my reputation. He also isn't a fan of me and my BF being always together and has questioned it. We're happy being together most of the time and get along really well. My mother has jokingly commented on my boyfriend staying at my parents' house with me over the holidays as bringing the groom home. Now, after 4 years, I suspected something may have changed when I was walking down the street and an elderly neighbor greeted me by yelling, "Congratulations." I shrugged it off as her being happy about my relationship. However, in neighborhood supermarket, my cashier also congratulated me. That's when I started getting suspicious. Finally, one day my boyfriend came home after running errands with my father and told me he was introduced to a shopkeeper as I Love Lancers' fiancé. He was rather flattered, but I wasn't. Soon, over the holidays, people around the neighborhood would continue to congratulate me and ask to meet the groom. I also started getting DMs from acquaintances asking about my relationship. Everyone knows about it, the cafes, the restaurants, even shops. In my country, the pressure to get married and start a family falls on the woman, so I'm the one bothered with questions and asked about wedding plans. My father is of Eastern European background and my mother, 53F, is a stay-at-home wife. They married at around 29 years old, so it's not like they married around my age. We are not close to my father's Eastern European family, so I can't know if this is a Eastern European habit. I am aware that this isn't an important problem to worry about, but it is getting really annoying. I am a 23-year PhD candidate in the UK, not UK citizen, and some older people have even suggested giving up my studies to get married after hearing the news. Every time I visit my hometown, I keep getting bombarded with relationship engagement questions. I asked my father about it and he denied ever saying anything, and my mom just shrugs and says to leave him alone. TLDR, my father spread news that I'm engaged and I can't visit my home country without getting bothered about it. BF says to leave it as it is. What do I do? Hello, are you Greek? But seriously, no, this reeks purity culture and old beliefs that if you are with a man too much, you are not a virgin anymore and lose value. A good faith read of the situation would be that he misunderstood some comment or another. A more realistic one could be, I am saving face in society and, or I am pushing my child and their boyfriend to get married ASAP. I would try to firmly say that you're not engaged because you are busy with your studies at the moment, and that's it. It was the groom translation for sure. I think it's more in his head than anyone else's. TBH, my grandpa is the same, and although my dad is pretty open-minded, I know of other people his age who are similar to what you're describing. It's especially irritating that your dad isn't admitting to what he's done. It would be one thing if you could talk to him about it, but well, he's denying it and your mom is enabling him, so I would be too stubborn to basically allow him to force me into this engaged status though, but I wouldn't blame you if you thought it would be too much to explain to each and every person congratulating you that no, there's been a misunderstanding. Also, you're so young. He can chill, this isn't the 1980s. The next time someone asks you about your engagement, gently say, I don't know where people are getting the idea that I'm engaged to be married, but I'm not. I've never been engaged. I have no intention to get married anytime soon. I'm only 23 and I'm focused on my studies right now. But whenever I do get engaged, I'll be sure to let you know. But I suspect that'll be X years from now. Your father is denying lying to people, so frankly, I'd just leave it be. He can keep lying and you can keep correcting his lies. Eventually, people will stop listening to him. Out of curiosity, is it possible that your boyfriend has asked your father's permission to marry you? Is it possible that your father knows something that you don't?